Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. I am James, and you're watching Blue Dog Reptiles. If you're new to this channel and first time tuning in, we bring you new and exciting content on reptiles each and every week. So thank you so much, and please consider hitting that subscribe button if this is something that interests you. If you are a current subscriber, thank you so much for your support on this channel, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Now, today we're doing something a little bit different. This is a brand new enclosure that I just set up yesterday, and I wanted to give it a little bit of time to kind of settle in before we did the video. But sorry, dealing with allergies. I wanted to do something where we can have a little fun with it. So there is no animal, obviously. The doors are wide open, so there's no animal in it. But I will give you the specs, and I want you to drop a comment down below and see if you can guess what animal is going to go in here by its care guide and the way we have this set up. And at the end of the video, we will announce what animal is coming in. The animals are actually coming in on Tuesday of next week. We wanted to give this plenty of time to get set up and get running before the animals actually arrived. This is going to be a new breeding project for us, and I'm actually very excited. These animals don't come up too often anymore in the trade, and that's just because of certain reasons. So a little bit about the enclosure. This is a 24 by 18 by 18. This is a full bioactive setup for a tropical species. You can say we actually have a very thick, about a 2-inch drainage layer there. We have the soil, we have sphagnum moss, we have lots and lots of hiding places, hence. We have some live Christmas moss up here, going up the piece of Malaysian wood. And then we actually have a little pool over here. This is actually, so how I designed this, there's actually a glass cylinder in the bottom here. And then there's, as you can see, I mean, as these plants grow in, you won't be able to see this air line. But the plants are still young, so it'll take a little bit of time. But we do have a sponge filter that is hidden back here. That way it keeps the water for this animal clean. Now, this is a burrowing species. They do like to dig a lot. They don't like to come out too often. So with the rock formation, this is Siriu rock that we put around the edges of the glass. We did secure it in place. That way, if the animal does dig next to it, that these won't fall in or fall down and harm the animal. Anytime you deal with something that digs and you have heavy rock, you want to make sure that they can dig with safety and that the rocks aren't going to move at all. We do have lots of sphagnum moss in here. We have springtails. We actually have powder orange isopods. There's about 30 of them in here, and as you can see, they're nowhere to be found, which is good. They're already settling in very, very nicely. Now, this animal actually comes from New Guinea. It comes from the tropical rainforest. It was first described by Nelly de, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Nelly de Roige, that's R-O-O-I-J, in 1909. They have a diet of insects, so they are insectivores, and they have typically a max size of 6 to 8 inches. Now, as you can see, we have a UV light up here, but there's no basking light up here. We do have a fogger going. That's mostly to get the humidity up in this environment. This will be set to a timer. Right now, I just have it running constantly. That way, it gets everything nice and squared away for these animals. We also do have a piece of cork back there for them to hide in. Now, the reason why we only have a UV light is because this animal only likes temperatures between 73 and 81 degrees. Most people's houses sit between 70 and 75, so it's actually perfect temperature. And if you put too much heat to this species, it can actually cause them harm. They don't like hot temperatures like a bearded dragon would. They actually like cool temperatures like a crested gecko. Lifespan on this animal is 6 to 10 years, and humidity is typically between 70 and 80%. Any guesses yet? Have you figured out what this animal is? Well, don't worry, we got more. Make sure to drop your comments down below and let us know your thoughts and what your guess is. So, and you won't see this animal in the video just because this animal isn't here yet, but we will tell you at the end of what it is. Now, one of the cool things about these guys are actually really easy to identify whether they're a male or female, and that's because the males actually have white pads or pores on their hind legs, whereas the females don't. The enclosures at a minimum, so if you house one of these, it should be in either a 10 or a 20 gallon tank. Typically we push people to do 20s, but for a pair of them you need a minimum of a 24 by 18 by 18. And then obviously if you have another female in there, so like 2 females, 1 male, you'd need it to be even larger. Give them plenty of space. Now, one of the cool things about these guys is when the female, she will only lay 1 egg at a time. They can typically lay up to 6 to 10 eggs a year. But the cool thing is that when the eggs hatch, the mother will actually go off, get food for the baby, bring the food back to the baby. Now, they typically lay eggs about every 5 to 6 weeks. And so when the next baby is born, the first baby and the mother will go off, get food, and bring it back to the new baby. So they're actually very good parents for the species. And you don't see most species like that, where most of them are like my collar lizards over here. They're like, see ya, good luck. And the babies for the collar lizards will actually wake each other up. The parents will be nowhere to be found. That's not the case with this species. And I almost said the species, but we're almost there. Now, this species really likes to swim. They love being in water. They love digging. That's why we have it set up where we have a very thick substrate on this side, and it tapers up toward the back. So they have plenty of space to burrow. And then we also have the water holding area here. Now we will put another, like a water dish up here, and then a food dish when the animal gets here. That'll be completely separate from the pool for the, I'm gonna call them, it's like a little kiddie pool. But this species does not like to be handled. You can handle them, but they can be easily stressed out. And when they actually get distressed, they are actually pretty vocal about it. So this would be more of a species that you look only and don't touch. And even then, even if you wanted to, you may not even see these guys eat. You may release crickets or mealworms or dubia roaches or whatever, and odds are you're probably not even going to see them eat. You may see them come out from time to time, but most of the time they're going to be hidden away. So that is the overall care guide for this species. Have you guys figured out what it is yet? Well, if you guys guessed a red-eye crocodile skink, then you are correct. We have a pair of them coming in. It will be the breeding program that we will be doing. That way we can introduce more so the pair that is coming in, they are captive bred, and we want to introduce more captive bred babies into the community and into the United States. And so We are doing this for educational, for the community, to bring awareness, and also just teach people about these amazing animals. So congratulations to you guys that guessed the red-eyed crocodile skink. Thank you so much for tuning in. We can't wait to see you next week. And as always, a big question: love your reptiles? Well, it's not really a question. If you love your family, but always love your reptiles more.